Should I run? Should I stay and pray? Or is it best that I do neither, which are both extreme, and do I just take time to reflect and make a wise decision? Well, of course, the last option is what I think is the best one. Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins. I'm the director of the Marriage Recovery Center. And this is one of many videos on narcissistic and emotional abuse. And of course, it pertains to the issue of whether or not, what do I do in the face of ongoing chronic narcissistic and emotional abuse? Unfortunately, what I find is that there are extreme positions, very, very polarized positions. On the one end of the spectrum is stay and pray. Everything will be okay. God's in control and everything will work out. You know, if you just are a good, godly woman, then everything is going to be fine. You just stay in the position that you're meant to stay in, and that's what you should do. Of course, at the other end of the spectrum is another extreme position, and that is run for your life. It's dangerous. Get out. There is no hope for someone who is narcissistically and emotionally abusive. Come on. There's a balanced approach to be had to all of this. Of course, we want you to use godly wisdom. If you've been victimized by narcissistic and emotional abuse, or if you've been an abuser, godly wisdom is always what is needed. And thankfully, God promises to give us wisdom in abundance if we ask for it. What is wisdom in a situation where there is chronic narcissistic and emotional abuse? Well, I'm suggesting to you that both positions, just stay and pray or run for your life, those are two extremes. And a balanced position with reflection, prayer, and consideration. Scripture says, in good times rejoice, in bad times consider, reflect, ponder. So what does reflection and pondering mean? It means getting yourself at least temporarily out of an abusive situation. That might mean a brief time apart. It might mean a more extensive time apart, but it's a time apart where you can surround yourself with loving, caring, godly support who will help you consider what's going on. Then from that place, you consider what an intervention looks like. The past is the best predictor of the future, except for if there's an intervention. So with an intervention brings the opportunity for change. So you get yourself a time apart. You look and see then, does this intervention bring about the required changes where you can become healthy? No woman can be healthy when there is ongoing abuse. It can't happen. You're in emotional quicksand. Your brain is scrambling, and we know biochemically that your cortisol is pumping through your system, and you're in fight or flight all the time. And that's a recipe for PTSD, where you cannot make good choices. So you've got to get yourself safe. You've got to get yourself at least temporarily apart, maybe a more extensive time apart. And we've got some videos and some information on how to do a separation, what a separation might look like. How do I know? So you've taken this time apart, you're reflecting, and you want to see if he is really changing. Well, Lundy Bancroft, many of you know that name. He's done a wonderful bit of research on this topic. I've got a shortened version myself. I want to give you 6 different steps to see if he's really changing and if you can be safe in this relationship. Number one, he surrounds himself with new, better influences. So you can see that there's a change happening. There's a transformation process that has begun. Number two, he listens to you and values your perspective. He has interrupted this pattern of oppositional behavior. That's one of the things that victims of emotional abuse tell me again and again and again, that what they face on an ongoing basis is opposition. If there's a beginning of change, you'll see a beginning of interruption of this oppositional behavior. Number three, he takes charge of his life and of a change process. He is embracing change. He's leaning into counseling. He is going to seek good help. He's participating perhaps in our men's core group, but he is taking charge of his life. He's focusing on himself, not you, and he is changing, transforming. Number four, he's given up a victim role. He doesn't see himself as a victim. He's not being punished by your separation or by your statement to him that you need these changes. He's starting to embrace these requirements. They're good requirements. He trusts you. You mean well. You have his heart and your heart and the family's heart all held in your hands. You want what is best. Number five, he takes meaningful actions in support of your goals. So whatever that might be, if you need a separation, he supports that. If you are insisting upon different changes, he supports that. He understands that your well-being is of paramount importance. And finally, number six, he demonstrates a commitment to long-term goals. He understands there's no timeline on this. There's no timeline on how long you need to be apart from him. There's no timeline on the changes that he needs to make or how long this is going to take. It's going to take however long it's going to take, and he embraces that. All right, so there's 6 ways to know if he's beginning a true change process. There's many more, and we have more information for you. I want you to check out our YouTube channel. We have more videos on this and other topics, and of course, at the Marriage Recovery Center, you can check out our website and see our different programs. We're dedicated to emotional and spiritual and mental growth and physical health as well. All right. God bless. Take care.